Society is raising an entire generation of young men set up for absolute failure. You're being told to expect handouts, an easy life, a life of mediocrity. Settle is the overwhelming message. And if you buy into this conditioning, if you live your life by these mottos, you will never see the potential you have inside of you. You will never reach the life of your dreams. And I should know, not too long ago, I was one of these young men. I was sitting at home at my mom's place the summer before college, overweight, no ambition, no goals, just kind of wondering, is there more to life? And as I started thinking about it, I'd made a decision to change my life. I said, you know what? This is the summer, I'm gonna get my life together. And so I went on an insane spree. I read every self-help book. I downloaded every course I could. I learned as much as I could, and I made a commitment to change my life. Now, 16 years later, I can say I've achieved more than I could ever imagine. And the reason I'm telling you this is because along that journey, it wasn't big moments, it wasn't these massive things I did. It was these small changes I made in my life that made all the difference. So in this video, I want to teach you some of those life lessons that I had to learn the hard way so you can learn them too and change your life. Let's get into it. So lesson 1, take measured risks. Most people play it so safe their whole life, they never take any risk whatsoever. And listen, there are times to play it safe. It's when you're retired. But when you're young and hungry, it's the time to take risk. But don't take any risk, take measured risk. By putting yourself out there, even if you fail, because you're young, you have enough time to try again. So as a teenager and young adult, you need to get comfortable taking measured risks because it's the only way that you're gonna grow and achieve anything. Lesson 2, surround yourself with mentors. There's a quote, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And when I was a teenager, I took this to heart. I did everything I could to surround myself with people that were more successful than me. Anytime I was the most successful, smartest person in the room, I needed to get out of that room, and I did it fast. I constantly put myself into situations where I was a small fish because I knew these people had life lessons, had valuable insights that I could learn and glean from and eventually build my life up and raise to their level. And so as a teenager, be really mindful of the people that you're spending time with. Constantly try to elevate the people around you and you will get better. Lesson 3, have a learning mindset. The most successful people I know are actually the people that think they always have more to learn. It's in fact often the least successful people I know that think they know it all. They say there's nothing else I could learn. I've been in this field for so long, blah, blah, blah. Those people actually never make it. They never get past this arbitrary ceiling that they've set for themselves. You need to have a mindset that says there's always more to learn and constantly be seeking to learn more. If you think you already know it all, you've lost the game. Lesson 4, fake it till you make it. Listen, most adults are still just faking it, but they've gotten better at faking it over time because they've been doing it so long. But as a teenager, entering the business world, entering the real world, it can feel like you're an outsider. It seems like everyone else has it together and you're just like trying to figure things out. It's okay. I would say fake it beyond what you're comfortable. However, there's a difference between faking it and lying. When I mean fake it, I mean fake confidence, fake that you know how to handle the situation. Don't lie about your resume. Don't lie about your skill set. Just go in boldly and say, I will make this happen, and then find a way to do it. Life lesson 5, set goals and have priorities. Most people, if I'm being honest, just drift through life. They have no purpose, they have no plan. They're just kind of taking it day by day. As a result, they don't set their priorities, so the world sets their priorities for them. If you do not have a clear path that you are carving into the universe, you will just fall into the rut of society. And this is where most people get lost. You need to daily remind yourself, why are you waking up? What are you here on earth to do? And then surround yourself with those goals. I put my goals on my wall, on my phone, on my computer. I am constantly looking at my goals, reminding myself, what do I need to get done today? Life lesson 6, if it won't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter today. Listen, getting upset over small things is for small-minded people. And most people spend all day just getting frustrated over that car that cut them off, that train that was late, and they don't actually appreciate and enjoy life. So I have a rule. If it won't matter in 5 years, it does not matter today. And listen, there are times when this will challenge you. I have lost thousands of dollars. I've had people crash into my car. I've had big events that at the time really frustrated me. But I just have to remind myself, listen, this is gonna be negligible in 5 years. I won't even remember it. There are things that really matter, like a family member passing away, crippling illness. These are the things that you should really focus on and let the small things go. Lesson 7, invest in skills, not stocks. Listen, everybody is gonna tell you how to invest, how to be a millionaire. Here's the best beginner tips. It's all good stuff to learn, and I believe that you should be investing $50 a week, $100 a week, whatever is comfortable for you. just to learn how to build this skill set of taking money aside and putting it into an investment portfolio. But the vast majority of your investments should actually be in yourself. Early on, you are making so little money that it doesn't matter if you put 50 bucks or 100 bucks into the stock market. It's never gonna really change your life. What will change your life is learning the skills and the mindset to actually create massive value in the world and making millions of dollars. That's when you can start to invest in a portfolio that actually moves the needle. So yes, learn the habit of investing, learn how to set aside your money, but don't put most of your money there. Invest in skills and in yourself and believe that you will get better. Lesson 8, hit the gym. Listen, hitting the gym is one of the most important things you can do as an entrepreneur. It's like killing 10 birds with one stone. You will have more energy, you will look better, you will feel better, you will get rid of stress. Everything actually just gets better if you're working out and hitting the gym. Even in today, if you read like any of the longevity books, they will all say the number one thing you can do for health, happiness, and longevity is hit the gym. So make it a habit. Set aside time in your day and in your week to hit the gym at least 3 times a week so you can get all the benefits and make your life better. Lesson 9, ground yourself in spirituality. Listen, all the success, all the money doesn't mean anything if there's no purpose behind it. I discovered this when I was a teenager, when I met God and built a relationship with Him. And in fact, if you actually look at many successful people, they will tell you that their relationship with God is one of the most important and foundational things to their success. Now, I'm not here to pitch you on any individual God, any individual religion. You need to find out what works for you. But all I'm saying is find something that works for you and that fills the hole in your life. Life is short and you need a spiritual grounding to actually make it through. Life lesson 10. Don't optimize for well-roundedness. Listen, most people are so well-rounded, there's nothing exceptional about them. And if you look at anyone that society celebrates, any of your heroes, anyone that you look up to, they are not well-rounded people. They are people who have massive flaws, massive character defects, but they have massive superpowers. And it's the superpowers that move them forward. So don't worry about developing all your well-rounded skills. Think about how can you make the things that you're already good at insane superpowers. You want to be best in class at a couple things and then just okay at the rest. Life lesson 11. To ask for permission is to seek denial. Society wants to program teenagers to be order-following robots. Do this, go here, be here at this time. That is not the way to live life. If you want to actually get ahead in life, you need to learn to bend or even break the rules. And the best part is, as a teenager, if you bend or break the rules, there's generally not serious consequences. Now, don't do obvious illegal things, but things that society doesn't consider normal, things that they wouldn't expect, are actually what separates the good from the great. And if you don't try, you'll never actually know where your boundaries are. Most people are so scared to break the rules that they live in a very narrow sphere of life. And in fact, they could be playing out here. The only way you're gonna find out where those boundaries are is by accidentally going over them a few times and getting scolded, getting reminded, hey, this is where the actual boundary is. But society wants to keep you here. Do not let that happen. Learn to bend and break the rules so you can find out where the real boundaries are. The people you want to impress today will one day envy you. Most successful people I know, myself included, were massive nerds in high school. We weren't the most popular, we weren't the jocks. It's fine. There's something about being rejected by society that puts a little chip on your shoulder. Makes you want to say, listen, I will prove that I'm worth it. And if that's you, go get it. Go show the world that you're worth it. Go be successful, and those people will envy you one day. Lesson 13. Progress equals happiness. Failure is practically a rite of passage to being successful, but society wants you to fear failure. They want you to feel like failure is the worst thing that can possibly happen to you. You have to reprogram your mind to say the only way you can actually be a failure is if you stop trying. So anytime you try something and you learn, that's progress. And learn to associate this progress with your happiness. You will constantly be trying, failing honestly pretty often, but you'll feel good about it. You'll feel happy because you know you're making progress towards your ultimate goals. Lesson 14, play a competitive sport. Life is competition, so you need to play a competitive sport to nurture your competitive spirit. Otherwise, you will get absolutely crushed by people who play competitive sports who have that competitive drive and know what it takes to win. Early on in Prodigy, all we looked for in employees was a competitive sport. As long as they had the technical skills we were looking for, you were on the team. And this competitive spirit not only pulled the team together, but really put a chip on our shoulders. We wanted to crush our competitors. And by having this competitive spirit, we ultimately won. Lesson 15, try weird things. Early on in your life, the things that you think you like, the hobbies that you have, are honestly just a combination of things that your parents put you in, your friend circle at school, and just general surroundings. You need to put yourself out there, try new things, try weird things to see if you like it. You never know. You might find your new passion, your new hobby, but if you only accept what society gave you from your surroundings, you'll miss out on so much in life. Lesson 16, go on trips without your parents. You still don't really know who you are when you're just a teenager. Let's be honest, you're figuring things out. But when you are in that environment, when you're surrounded by your parents or your friends, you fall into natural roles, the roles that are expected of you by those people. You need to find a way to pull yourself out of that and just figure out who you are. When I was 16, I went to Boston for a week with my best friend. It was one of the most important and life-changing trips I've ever been on. And in that week, we found out so much about ourselves. We got to try on new roles. We got to see what we're like in a big city. And that ultimately told me that I could be a different person. So find a way to get away from your social circle. Figure out who you really are. Lesson 17, help others even if they can't help you. See, most people just help others that can help them, that can do something for them. And this doesn't make you a good person, this just makes you a horse trader. You want to get things from other people, so you do things for them. The only way that you will grow and actually develop a generous mindset and a generous heart is by doing things for other people when they cannot do anything for you. So build this habit early on in life. You never know where it will take you, but at worst, you just are a better person. And the final lesson, lesson 18, school matters more than you think. Listen, I get it. I was that kid. I had a 2.7 GPA in high school. I didn't give a crap about school. I thought it was all a waste of time. I'm never gonna use what they taught me. And to be honest, I haven't used most of what they taught me. But what I didn't realize and what I've missed out on is the social bonds and network you get from going to a great college. I've now seen this firsthand from my wife, who's way smarter than me. She went to an Ivy League college, and her network, her friendship circle is so powerful. Whereas if I look at the network I have, frankly, it's people that I don't really hang out with. I've moved on, I've been very successful, and I don't have a lot in common with the people that I went to in college. Whereas her network is so powerful and the reach that they have is global. So listen, I know it doesn't sound fun, it's not the cool entrepreneur thing to do, but take college seriously. Get into a good school and you will be amazed at the connections you have moving forward. If you're committed to changing your life and becoming a young, successful person, I also just made a video on the smartest path to becoming a young millionaire. I'll put the link over here, so click that and I'll see you there.